Talk about how you coordinate ribbons. People are always so curious at how it's done. First, you choose a focal ribbon. So this floral print is the focal ribbon. And then you're going to pull the colors from this to coordinate with the other two. Let's start with our 2.5 inch wired ribbon on the bottom. Let's measure out our first tail. This is a canvas ribbon. It's a really nice weight. Got a good wire in it. I'm gonna make my first loop 6 inches. And twisting it over. 6-inch loops. Push it down in the middle. And I'm gonna cut this one. You will notice I cut my tails on a knife's edge. It's just my thing. It's easier. It's just how I do it. You notice that I have 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other, and 2 tails on the other. I call this my odd and even. Some people call it a funky bow. It's like a funky bow. It's super cute. All right, so this is a solid. It is a satin ribbon, and this is one of those ribbons that the wire is not super great, but it is very pretty. I love the sheen that it has, so we're going to add it in anyway. It's going to be supported by this really thick, good wired ribbon underneath it, okay? All right, so let's do our same pattern. Going to twist this ribbon over completely. This reminds me of the gingham ribbon that I have. That is so stinking cute, but it's just really thin. And it doesn't have a whole lot of wire to it. All right, let's do 2 loops over here. Pushing it down, and I'm going to cut my tail. So this ribbon would make a beautiful contemporary bow. A lot of wreath makers are making more modern contemporary wreaths with a really pretty floppy bow on a very simple wreath. This kind of ribbon would be gorgeous for that. I might have to try it out. I've never done it that way before. Look at this. This is so pretty. So this is got a little bit of a sheen to it. It's got some silver metallic thread shot through. It's very, very pretty. I love the colors. Really, very pretty. It's a 1.5 inch wired ribbon. All right, let's twist it around. Very satiny. Cut my tail. All right, let's push this down in here. Now, both of these ribbons that I've got are very satiny, very silky, very soft. So you got to kind of be a little bit gentle with these two. Keep pulling my loops out to where I want them. There we go. Thanks for following me. I see lots of you are following. I appreciate that. I love sharing wreath making tips and tricks with all of you guys. Okay, 1 more loop on this side, and then we're going to add the focal ribbon on top to really give it a pop of color. I'm spreading my loops out to where I want them, because it just makes it easier in the end. All right, so let's go back to our focal ribbon, and I'm going to pop one loop on top of all of this. Twist that ribbon until it is completely over. Let's just do one looper on the top. Spread those tails out. So this is what we've got. All layered up. All of the loops are put where I want them. Looks like this on the side. Now let's finish it off. I'm going to grab my zip ties. These are my favorite. These are my little Goldilocks zip ties. I love them the most. And this is bind wire. It's in my Amazon storefront. I love this stuff. It is simply wire wrapped in paper, but it allows me to cut it the length of what I want it to be. If this was going on a wreath, I would just use a pipe cleaner behind it. But because I sell bows separately, I like to put bind wire on the back of them. Oh yeah, you got it from my page. Thank you, Ayana. I appreciate that. All right, bind wire. Slide it behind all of that ribbon. I have a free bow making tutorial for those of you who would love to learn how to make bows. I teach you how to make it the easy way on the Easy Bow Maker. You can find that bow making tutorial by going to the link in my profile. I'm going to pop that out. So here's what it looks like on the back. I got too many phones up here, y'all. Here's what it looks like on the back. Going to make sure my bind wire is nice and even on both sides. Shimmy that zip tie over a little bit. I'm going to tighten it down. Uh-oh. Pull it back over. There we go. Just like that. I cut the zip tie off with the flat side of my pliers or my wire cutters. I think they're called pliers. I think they're called pliers, y'all. But I call them wire cutters. My board is an EZ Bow Maker. You can find it in my Amazon storefront. All right, so bow number one. You pull these loops evenly around. Very pretty, very grand millennial. No. Gosh, what's the word? Is it grand millennial? Is it like the mixture of the grandma style with the chintz? Love it. Love it. So these ribbons, all of these ribbons today came from, make sure I get it right, Floral Supply Syndicate. They sent me ribbons all coordinated together. That's awesome. And you can purchase from them if you are a wholesale buyer. That means you have your business license. But listen to me. If you are selling, you need your business license. So do the right thing. Go ahead and get it. Oh, good. You're going to get my free bow making tutorial. Awesome.